Previously on CD Punk. Today we're going to listen to the album together, and I'll be providing commentary for it along the way. And now, the conclusion to Ghosts I minus Iv. Thank you very much, Disgusting Smoker Voice. You're welcome. So yes, in the first part 1, I provided commentary for sections 1 and 2 of the Ghosts album, and today we'll be wrapping up the album with parts 3 and 4. I had to think about that. Yes, I did. Parts 3 and 4. And we'll have some goodies afterwards. After the conclusion. So we are going to start right now. So yes, after this, when we're done with all 36 songs, I have a special treat for you, okay? Very special treat. But I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Yeah, you could easily skip ahead and see what it is, but that would be cheating. You have to finish your dinner before you can have any dessert, okay? So, and yes, I said desert, because get it, because Ghosts, the artwork is desert. I remember that they did play this live as well during the Lights in the Sky tour. This is like listening to this, you wouldn't think they would play this live, but they did. Also, this is probably like the first time I've listened to this song with headphones on in several years. So I'm hearing all this shit that I really don't even remember. It's something I really love about Nine Inch Nails. Like, you can listen to a song countless times on headphones. And like, every once in a while you'll hear something new that you didn't hear before because it's layered weirdly. Very interesting. So yeah, like I said, this is the second part 2 of my own little video set thingy, whatever. Series. 2-part series. And wow, I knew Ghost was an underrated album. But I had no idea it was this underrated. My god. Okay, so like I posted the video, part 1. It only got like 200 views. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that are going to complain, oh, my videos don't get views. No, I'm not one of those people. But I thought that a major album, would get views. At least from, the Nine Inch Nails fans that follow me. It's weird, even Purest Feeling, the commentary that I got on that, even that got more views than Ghosts. A fucking bootleg got more. And then the same with Purest Feeling 2. Well, it wasn't officially a 2, but it was a bootleg of a bootleg. Even that had more interest than Ghosts. Is Ghosts that underrated? Wow. Maybe you people just thought, wow, that's way too fucking long. I can't handle CD Punk's commentary for a whole fucking album. A double album at that. 2 hours of just me. It's like fucking torture, I know. And just think, you're listening to me. Like, as soon as the video's done, you don't have to hear me anymore. I'm stuck like this. I have this voice stuck in my head constantly. Besides when the leprechaun pushes my normal voice aside and starts telling me to burn down the school. Besides that, I'm mostly stuck with this voice in my head. And it sucks. I can't stop this video. Can't return this to Blockbuster. If I could, I wish I could rewind it. Oh, this is getting too deep. Okay, so... Anyway, I just think it's pretty sad how underrated this album is. Maybe it's because of the time that it came out at. It came out 2008. And I feel like pretty much anything after the year 2000, people are pretty divided on. They're like, oh no, Nine Inch Nails sucks after the Fragile. Nothing he made is good after that. Some people say that. I don't. But there are people that are like that. I wonder why that is. Could it be nostalgia? Like often when, musicians, with most musicians, people always say, oh man, their best work was at the beginning of their career. But is that true? Or is that just nostalgia? I personally fell in love with Nine Inch Nails. I personally found them during the With Teeth era, and I love that era. But is it because it was the first Nine Inch Nails era that I experienced? Maybe it's the era that you get into a band that you love the most. Or past eras. Because when you fall in love with a band, you listen to everything that you can get your little mitts on. Or that everything you can just shove in your ears. I wonder where that saying comes from, your mitts. Makes me think of mittens. And I personally think that's a lot better than mitts. Everything you can get your mittens on. It sounds cuter, doesn't it? Sounds like we're talking about a kitten. And I like kittens. Anyway, would I be wrong? Oh, this is like perfect kitten music. I could totally see like a kitten just like lapping up some milk. Or running after a ball of yarn. By the way, don't give balls of yarn to kittens. They could choke on the string. Also, don't give them milk. Unless it's kitten milk. That's something else. That you can buy cat's kitten milk. Why is it... Okay, in cartoons, like, you see cats play with balls of yarn. They shouldn't be playing with balls of yarn. They could choke on the string. You see cats drinking milk. Don't give them milk. That's not good. You always see people giving dogs peanut butter. You know there's 2 different types of peanut butter? One can kill a dog. Did you know that? Also, cheese can apparently kill mice. And they always show all this shit in cartoons. I think someone fucking hates animals. Someone in the cartoon industry. I don't know. That was a bit of a footnote. Had nothing at all to do with this album. And I've completely lost the point of what I was saying. What were we talking about? Oh, okay. So, when you fall in love with a band... Wow, we really derailed there, didn't we? When you fall in love with a band, you listen to everything that you can get your hands on of that band. So, if you're anything like me, you'll also absorb like all the eras before the era that you discovered. Because you're already experiencing one. You're watching it unfold. So like, for me, when I got into Nine Inch Nails, 2005, YouTube didn't come out till like 2006, so I don't know how the fuck I watched anything back then. But I somehow figured out, or found out about all the previous eras, the Fragile, the Downward Spiral, Pretty Hate Machine. I found out about all these things. Somehow. I don't know what we did before YouTube. I just really wanted to hear that. But yeah, is it nostalgia? It's like a side point off of a side point. Would I be wrong to think that the majority of Nine Inch Nails fans were there, like, not from the start, but like in between the eras of Pretty Hate Machine through the Fragile? Now, I know that there's always like newcomers to a band. Like I'm sure there were some new fans that got interested through Nine Inch Nails, like during hesitation marks. It always happens with every album. There's always going to be more new fans that find it and then discover all the past. Like I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do commentary during this song. There's like nothing going on in it. But is it unreasonable for me to think that that's when they got the majority of their fans during that era? Because at that time, 89 through, let's say 2000, that era, arguably when Nine Inch Nails was at its peak in terms of pop culture relevance. You don't necessarily hear too much about them like on does MTV even play music? You know what I mean though, like you don't hear about them in top 40 music that much anymore unless they drop an album. Then everyone that buys it on like the day it comes out, then it's like at number 1 and then it just sinks back down to the bottom. Which is actually what happened with The Fragile. I had a point in all of this. I'm not sure where it's gone. I have to look for it. Give me a few minutes. Is it here? No. Is it there? Oh, wait. I think I found... Wait, no. That's just a stick of gum. No, I don't know where it is. I got really sidetracked talking about all the animals. Apologize. Give me a moment. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, so the whole point of me starting this was me saying that the Ghosts was underrated, right? Okay. And I said that people like were divided on albums after pretty much everything after the year 2000 that Nine Inch Nails put out. I know you're sitting there thinking, and what's your fucking point? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I just think that it's I think most of the work that he did after year 2000 was pretty underrated. And I think that the majority of fans, with some exception, I mean, okay, a lot of exceptions. I don't know. I'm just contradicting. You know what? I'm gonna drop it. Just fucking dropping it. Dropping the whole point I had. Maybe I'll come back to it if I can think about what the fuck I was gonna say. Basically, people complain about the newer Nine Inch Nails stuff, like everything after, like including With Teeth and Onward, everything after The Fragile, people bitch about. Some people. I know there are people, maybe like you, maybe you're the exception, you and me, that do listen and like all the other albums too. But maybe just what you get into first is what you think is the best. And that's usually when the band is most popular. I don't know. Never mind. Fuck it. This is a terrible commentary, and thank God the first part only had like 200 views, so this one will only have like 50. We can only hope, right? So one of you mentioned that this song sounds like a Front 242 song. And it does. It does sound like a Front 242 song. It has samples in it as well. But when I say samples, I meant like vocals. But by no means is this, you know, are they fucking lyrics? What is it saying? Get the door? Get the dog? Here. Oh, they already did it. They'll do it again. Maybe not. It just wants me to look stupid again. Because I haven't looked dumb enough during this commentary. See, get the dog, get the door. Well, it's not lyrics. What was your first Nine Inch Nails era? You know, since I was attempting to talk about it, what era did you get into them? Like I said, I personally got into them during the With Teeth era. And, you know, because of that, it has a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorites. It's really funny because I got into them in 2005 when With Teeth came out, although even then, my first album was The Downward Spiral. After that, and all that could have been. After that, I couldn't fucking tell you. I think The Fragile, and then maybe With Teeth. But I remember when I saw them in 2005, because I went to the show, I remember thinking, like, because, you know, I had this preconceived notion of what to expect. I was like, wow, it's like this fucking weird goth band. I was only a teenager back then, so cut me some slack. And then I go see them, and I'm there thinking, hey, this isn't that goth at all. And I remember thinking I was disappointed with like the way they looked, because I'd probably only seen shit from like the Downward Spiral era, where it's like in fishnets, covered in baby powder or whatever the fuck it was, baking soda. I don't know. Powdered milk. No. But like I remember looking back at it like not that long ago and thinking, you know what? They were pretty fucking goth at that time, or at least not like goth emo. It was. I don't know why I was like immune to it back then. I don't know. Because I remember seeing them and they're like golden jeans and just black shirts. I'm like, hey, this isn't goth. What the fuck? I mean, now, obviously, at the age I'm at, I don't give a fuck. Trent could go on stage in a fucking tutu. I wouldn't care. It'd be interesting. And I'd make a video about it. But I wouldn't give a fuck. But now, like, when I look back at that era, I look at it, I'm like, wow, that was actually pretty dark era. You know, clothing wise, at least for the live setup. Oh, and something I noticed like very recently too, when I was looking back at those photos of like them playing in 2005, 2006, Trent was wearing jellies. Do you remember jelly bracelets? Oh my god. I miss those fucking things. And Trent was wearing some. It was so awesome. Good fucking times. Like, I don't even remember. Like, this was when I was, like, in middle school, so I don't even remember what any of them were supposed to mean. Apparently, people said, oh, the different colors mean sex things, and if you break them on someone else, that means that's what you have to do with them. I don't know. I just remembered I liked wearing them. Even up until, like, probably 2013, I was still wearing one. Like I would go through times where I would always have at least one on my wrist. And like a long time, for probably like a few years, I had a few blue ones because that's what Mark Hoppus had, and he's another one of my idols. Like like when we talk about eras, I didn't get into Blink-182 until 2002, but yet there I was in 2010 wearing 3 blue jelly bracelets, something that he did in the year 2000 and 99. See, once again, when you get into a band, you absorb their their eras as well as past eras. But this isn't a Blink podcast or Blink thing. But while we're talking about jellies, I also wore a pink one, a single pink jelly, because that's what Mark did in 2003. Okay, see, we're done with Blink. No more Blink talk. Sorry about that whole fucking mess we had earlier when I had no idea what the hell I was talking about. That was a mess. I promise it's gonna get better from here on out. You know, later on for parts, when we get into part 4, I did schedule some clowns to come in to do some juggling for us. So stick around for that, okay? I promise it's gonna get better. Oh, you know what? Oh, no. Oh, man. We might have to start this commentary all over again. I completely forgot to point out songs for my funeral. Fuck! Well, have no fear. Let's see if I put any hearts on iTunes for any of these. No, I didn't. No. So, anyway, I already know, like off the top of my head, ones I want at my funeral later on during this album. And they haven't happened yet. So maybe, if I couldn't think of it while it was playing, chances are I probably don't want it at my funeral. This is an ongoing theme. Let me know if there's any songs from this album, this part of the album, that you want at your funeral. And then maybe we can make some funeral remixes together. I don't know. Do bands ever play at funerals? You see bands at like weddings and stuff. But I don't know if I've ever seen one at a funeral. What would they play? Stuff from Ghosts? Can you get Trent to play at your funeral? That'd be pretty epic. I've never met the man, but I don't know how I'd feel about him playing at my funeral. I don't know. I wouldn't turn him down. You know, if he offered. But then again, I'd be dead, so I wouldn't even know. Oh. So, I'm going to spoil it for you now. Because I want to do a lot of talking. The next song, song 28, is one I want at my funeral. It's probably my favorite song on this whole fucking album. Ghosts 28. And I think it's a really damn good one. And I have a story to tell you about it too. I actually have stories. But I'm just going to let it play for a little bit so you know which song I'm talking about here. It's coming up right now. Depending on how you're listening to this, you might not hear the bass. So I hope you're wearing headphones. But yeah, this is my favorite one. I love this one so much. It sounds like... I know this album is called... Well, not called, but... I know it was given, like... described as an album... a soundtrack for daydreams. And this one, I feel, is... that perfectly represents. Okay, so my story for this one is when I was in school... I'm not going to say what grade. I mean, you guys already figured out that... Well, I already told you. I was a teenager during the with teeth era. So, I mean, you can work shit out in your heads. Oh, I just want to hear this bit here. This part right here. They played this live too, also. Although I don't feel like the live performance of this did the song justice, but that's just me. Okay, so my story. When I was in school, we had to make projects for... What class was this? It was like a literature class or something. Which makes no fucking sense at all when I get further into the story. But we had to do like science experiments. That wasn't that much further into the story. But it was like you had to ask a question and then figure out the answer and make a PowerPoint presentation on it. Now, one of the other girls in class, she had... You know how in PowerPoint you can add songs to it? She was doing... Her question was, it had something to do with sleep. I think it was how quickly you could kill your family in their sleep. And we tested it, and it didn't take very long. The most effective household item was a hammer. I'm joking. It was just a regular kitchen knife. No, her project had something to do about dreams, okay? So... about daydreams. So I suggested, hey, why don't you play this song during the presentation? And it worked perfectly because it's a great fucking song. I'll tell you my project in a moment. You're gonna like this. Although I think that this part of the song just gets fucking ruined by the goddamn guitar. Listen. Who fucking threw that in there? It sounds like we're on the fucking horse again in the Wild West, looking for Billy the Kid. What the fuck? A beautiful song. They threw that in there. Doesn't even fit. Ugh. I'm sorry. Okay. So my project was... like I said, you had to come up with a question and then do research into it. My question was, if you were to crawl backwards from Chile to Alaska, how long would it take? So the way how I tested that out was I actually made a kid get on his hands and knees and crawl backwards on concrete for a good 5 minutes. I could have just done it for one and then times that, but no, I wanted to make him work a little harder. I wanted to account for getting tired and then sore knees. And I did research on stuff like toys that you can lay on. Like I found this one thing, it was like a baby toy. You could lay on it and it had wheels. I don't know what it was called. It was really weird. I made out of plastic. Don't ask me how long it took. I completely forgot. I think it took like nearly a year. I think it was about a year to crawl from Chile to Alaska on your hands and knees backwards. It took a while. Look, I was a fucked up kid, okay? So just whatever. The song that I used, though, for that was either Ghosts 32 or 33. I'll know when I hear it. I'll have to wait till then. But, yeah. That's my little story of ghosts. Now, remember how when we were listening to the first track on Ghosts 1, and I told you I was conditioned to think about the puppet. A puppet during like I don't know, it was just going into a basement due to some bomb or something. Anyway, I was conditioned to think about that. Well, when I hear this one, I think about Meathead. The Meathead Perspective Comics, because he made a video about this. Well, using a music video for this song. I don't know if all of you know who the fuck Meathead is. I know some of you will, because we do have some older Nine Inch Nails fans on here. But Meathead, there was a comic called The Meathead Perspective, and what he did was basically shit on Trent and draw a bunch of cartoons, making fun of Trent in every way possible, as well as making blogs and reviews, and it was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. He did it for about 10 years, and then he said, fuck it. And now there's very few people that make fun of Nine Inch Nails or do anything humor related with Nine Inch Nails, so yeah. I'm not going to say that's why I stepped up to the plate. No, I just wanted to make videos and do Trent videos, and that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, that's what I think about when I hear this song. So this song's also ruined. Maybe whenever you'll hear Ghosts 22, 30, wait, no, what the fuck am I talking about? 28, you think about My Funeral. Whenever you hear either 32 or 33, you'll think about a kid crawling backwards on his hands and knees from Chile to Alaska. And I know you're thinking, CD Punk, Chile is a long fucking country. Did he start from the top of Chile or the bottom? No, the bottom. He started at the very bottom. So he probably had to crawl through snow and shit. But I didn't account for that in my calculations. I don't think I even explained how I figured it out. Oh, okay, listen to this. Listen. Okay, so that crashing noise is a sample from the Saddam Hussein trial video. Just wanted to let you know. Now this one doesn't make me think of anything in particular. Well, it kind of does, but not a specific thing. To me, it sounds like I'm playing an RPG on the Super Nintendo or something. And I don't even play RPGs. Like, the only RPG I think I've ever played in my life was like Pokemon. You know, the first generation. I haven't even played anything beyond the first gen. How many generations are there now? Like 7? There's like 700 and something Pokemon now. That's fucking nuts. Although I don't really think this kind of conversation will not matter, but I don't think I could connect with most listeners on this. I think a lot of my viewers, I think a majority of them are actually older than I am. Like, I feel like I've heard this in some sort of an RPG. Obviously not a real one, but like a fake one. I don't know. Or maybe it was used in another Meathead thing. That's more likely, isn't it? Without looking, can you tell me what ghost number this is? You probably don't know, do you? Maybe you do, but because like you've been watching the screen. 31 is another one that they used to play live. Now, I wonder if that's a synth that's just heavily distorted or a guitar that's just beyond heavily distorted and crunched. I think it's a guitar. Well, I can tell this part is guitars, but I'm talking about the part before. It just sounds like it sounds like something could be on like a Doom soundtrack. Hence why they hired him to do shit for the Quake soundtrack. Yeah, I know that soundtrack came out way before this. Yes, I know. Before you start typing away angrily in the comments. Okay, it was 33 that I used for the project, not this one. But I still love this one. Like 32, 33, 28, and the latter half of this album, to me, are the best tracks. That's just me. Although I do remember 36 was pretty rad, or no, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking 34. I don't remember. Like after 33, I don't remember what the rest sound like, honestly, which is pretty bad. I'm sure I will when I hear it, but... This one's a possibility for a funeral. Very strong possibility. Might be a bit mean on the family though, eh? It's a little too much. A fast beat like this at a funeral. And then again, it's not like anyone's gonna fucking show up anyway, so whatever. just trying to think of what that noise is. Like, there are parts where it sounds like an eraser that's been distorted. Oh, I just can't tell. Sorry for laughing like a fucking idiot, but I just find it enjoyable. Here we go. Alright, so this one definitely needs to be at a funeral. I don't care whose. If it has to be mine, I'll do it. But this needs to be at a funeral. I wish Trent did a whole fucking album like this. That sounded like this song. Just listen to this. It gets so disgusting. Just something I think about when I hear this is like a time when a friend and I were, I don't know what we were doing. We were driving around in his car. It was like late at night and we were just blasting this, like being so fucking obnoxious about it too, like making other people listen to this. Oh, I love this music. But seriously, can you imagine a whole album that sounded like this? Just noise and disgusting like this. It'd be amazing. Like, it sounds, even now, this came out 10 years ago already. But this sounds like still futuristic to me. But that's just me. I'm sure people were saying the same thing back when Wendy Carlos did Switched on Bach in like, what year did that come out? 69, 70? Or when people heard the Clockwork Orange soundtrack in 72, I'm sure they thought the same fucking thing. Wow, that sounds futuristic. Maybe this is gonna age poorly in like 40 to 50 years, who knows? But right now, it sounds futuristic. At least to me. I wonder how Nine Inch Nails music is going to age. If it's going to age well You know, when you listen to Pretty Hate Machine, that obviously didn't age well, but that's because it sounded like the music of its time, just darker. But when you listen to like The Downward Spiral or The Fragile, those don't sound like of an era. You know, they don't sound like they came from the 90s, at least not to me. When I listen to With Teeth, it's such a stripped back album. With Teeth, it's like very garage band-esque, if that's a thing, you know? It sounds like, oh wait, just listen to that. Oh, that's so amazing. All right, no, when you listen to With Teeth, it sounds a lot to me like the music of its time, the early or mid-noughties alternative scene, because it's so stripped back, very distorted bass guitar too, but the bass is like beyond distorted. And it's just, most of the album is just bass and drums and vocals. It very much sounds like that time. But even then, that era doesn't sound that aged to me. It doesn't sound out of date. Maybe it's just because I experienced it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope you said bless you. Oh, that hurts so bad. Do you ever sneeze and then like your whole body hurts? Then you just feel like you're dying. Like I don't want to say my brain hurts, but my head hurts. It didn't hurt a moment ago. I hope this isn't like early signs of a brain aneurysm. That'd be horrible. But this is a good song too. Sounds like it could be played at a funeral. Why not? Although I remember it does get pretty dark actually. So that might be a pretty good reason why not to play it at a funeral. I know we kind of talked about this on a previous video I did. I think it was my most recent one, actually. The video about Nine Inch Nails shirt being sold at Forever 21. If you didn't see that one, you could check it out. That'd be fine, I don't care. But that video is mostly just talking about if Nine Inch Nails will ever become the type of band that just, you know, has their shirts sold just because of the logo, and people will wear it like how they wear Nirvana shirts or the fucking Rolling Stone shirts. Like you could find them at Target or Walmart. If Nine Inch Nails will ever become a band like that just because of how nice the logo looks. But I wonder how it is going to age, the music. In 50 to 100 years, how are people going to look back on Nine Inch Nails? Will people only know Closer and that's it? Is that all that's going to be remembered by that time? Yeah, we're still going to have all the music available digitally, because I'm sure everything's going to be digital by that point, but will all the music be lost in a sea of other bands? Like, what legacy will Nine Inch Nails leave behind in 100 years? Who knows? Who fucking knows? But I find it interesting. That's just me. Let me know. I want to know your thoughts on that. What do you think? What legacy will they leave behind in 100 years? What do you think people will know, if anything, by the band? I know we can't even possibly begin to fathom how music will even be consumed or what it'll sound like at that point. But I'm sure people will still have access to older music. I have access on my fucking phone to music from the 20s and 30s. Okay? I can go back and listen to that now. And shit wasn't even digital back then. It's just what managed to seep through. Or maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe we won't even be using stuff that's digital in 100 years, but I don't know. Don't know what else we would use, right? Fucking chips on our heads. Who knows? I've thought about it, and I don't think I'll have this at my funeral. Not this one. I think it's a little too depressing for a funeral. A little too depressing and a little too long. Oh, this was used in The Social Network. I don't remember if it's actually on the soundtrack, like the actual CD soundtrack, but it's in the film when he's like drawing algorithms on the fucking window. You know, because why would you have a piece of paper handy? You gotta do it on a fucking window, right? Algorithms are just boring to write out on paper. I actually did have a teacher that was trying to prove a point about something, and he did write on the window with a Sharpie. Not a Sharpie. I hope not a Sharpie. He wrote on the window with a marker. I have no idea why. I couldn't tell you why. I just remember he left it there. He didn't even clean it off. He just fucking left it there like an asshole. He was a very interesting teacher. I'll just say that. My favorite thing that he ever... He was a fucking weird teacher, okay? Now, we had a project where we had to... I'm not going to go into details, but we had to... One of the things of the project was we had to fictionally buy equipment for something. I'm not going to tell you what. And somebody asked if it was okay if some of the equipment was used. Because we had to like make a list of all this stuff that we were going to buy for this situation. And he asked, because this was expensive shit that you had to buy. So he said, is it okay if some of the equipment's used? And he said, I don't care. It's not a fucking condom. The teacher said this. He always said the most disgusting things that you could imagine. And it was great. It was fucking great. I'm just like going through my head of all the other shit that he said. I'm not even gonna go any further with him. I don't want to talk about it. But he was fun. He was a fun man. I have a feeling this is actually on the soundtrack. I don't know. Maybe we'll listen to the soundtrack together one day. Maybe. If you're good. Gotta really earn it though, okay? I don't know how you'll earn it. I got no idea. But anyway, on to track 36. I feel like this one is not very memorable, at least not to me. Maybe it's your like favorite one, but to me, I can never remember this song. But even having said that, it's a nice little ending for the album, because it ends the same way that the album started, with a little piano. I like this part better. Okay. Yeah, it's done. That was it. What did you guys think? Oh, wait. Got it on loop. Sorry about that. But yes, what do you think? I mean, chances are you've already heard the album. I really hope this was not your first time ever hearing the album. If it was, that was definitely not the way to hear it, with me blabbering all over it. Barely talking about half the songs. But I hope you did enjoy it with me blabbering all over it. Now, don't go just yet. There's more. But wait, there's more. I got a surprise for you, okay? I told you. You finished your dinner. So now you get dessert, okay? Let me just find your dessert. Where is it? You gotta go looking for your dessert. Okay, found it. So remember I don't know if I said this. I'm sure I did at some point during the channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you deserve to not know. When this album came out, it came out in a lot of different formats. You could have bought the CD, which had 36 songs on it, which is what we just listened to. Or you could have bought some super deluxe edition special fancy smancy versions that came with doilies that also had 2 extra songs. Okay, so there was Ghosts 37 and 38. These were Seeker's bonus tracks. So we're going to listen to them right now. So this is 37 Ghosts, or I think it's just called Ghost 37. It doesn't have the part shit. But anyway, here it is. And I'll talk over it too. So you still don't even get to hear it properly. It's probably the first time you're ever hearing this, and I'm ruining it for you. I don't even know if I've heard this. I'm sure I did, like when it came out. I love how crunched it is. It's like like so heavily compressed. This kind of reminds me of like Keybrus. I don't know if any of you know what that is. It's basically just a guy that makes this really fucked up music. Kind of sounds like this, but it's like a little bit more IDM, a little bit more random. Jesus Christ! Okay, so I liked that. I think more could have been done to that, though. It was pretty rad, yes. But when they were just like spitting fucking noise in my head, that was a little much for my liking. But it still sounded good. So that was Ghost 37. Now there is a Ghost 38, and we'll play that right meow. Oh, okay. See, I've been telling you guys this for a long time. I completely forgot until now. That this is basically Demon Seeds from The Slip. Obviously, it sounds different than the version that we know from The Slip. Ooh, that's a lot different. But it is the same song. Same thing. Same beat. They might have changed some of the voices around. I can hear like an electronic... I can't even tell what noise it is. There's some hidden little bass electronic thing that's not in the original one. That little ding, that's not in there either. And that's definitely not in there. Circuit bench toy. Hey. That's the shit that's at the end of Head Down. Just more distorted. I mean, less distorted. Huh. I honestly don't know if I've even ever heard this whole thing. I love that part. See, this would be so much cooler if that was actually used into a song. It's like perfect for the background noise of a song. Just add some drums in there. You don't even need to do that much to it, honestly. Something like that. Piss easy. Oh, that was it? Aw. That was it. Damn. Well, you might be thinking, well, CD Punk, quite frankly, I've had enough of your bullshit. Are you done yet? Well, no, I'm not done. I may have just given you 2 bonus songs, and that is all that we have to offer for Ghosts. But there's one more thing that I want to share with you. One more thing that I need. I absolutely need to share this with you. Okay, so here it is. This is the video I've been talking to you about, the fucking puppet, okay? I want to ruin the song for you too, okay? I'm cursed to think about this fucking video every time I hear this beautiful song. Something I actually want at my funeral. I think about that fucker. That fuckface right there. This is what I have to think about every fucking time. You'll see what I mean. You'll see. And then look at the stupid head turn he does when the little siren kicks in or whatever the fuck it is. Just watch this. Look at this fucking face and try not to laugh. What the fuck? I'm ruined by that. That stupid little head tilt. Anyway, like I said in part 1 of this series, there's a festival of sorts. An online festival, film festival thing. Basically, Trent just invited people to make music videos for this album, and this is one of them. And as of right now, it has 88,000 views. And I just wanted to share this with you. That's a little creepy. And don't forget to put your lunch in your radioactive waste bin. So I guess he's preparing for the bomb, or he's in his shelter. Got plenty of cans of food. Although he's gonna be pretty lonely. He's gonna wish he brought Daisy the cow down there with him. Oh no, cows can't go downstairs, can they? I remember hearing that somewhere. Cows can go up, but they can't go down. Something weird with their knees. Poor cow. So now he's just gonna sleep it off. Sleep off the loneliness. Good luck, mate. I don't think you could do it, though. I've been trying for years. Oh, so yeah, that was the video. And there's the cow turning into bones. I don't know what happened. But there's the credits. And oh, those aren't the credits I'm looking for. But I've already I already showed you who made this video. It's by some guy called Zimper Liez. And that came out in on March 13th of 2008. It's over 10 fucking years old. Wow. Okay, so you know how I said that I had one more surprise for you? Well, I got another surprise for you. There are no more surprises. I'm all out. That's actually it. My surprise to you is that that's the end of the video. We're done. I got nothing else to share with you. Thank you for joining me on this commentary. This is probably my weakest one I've ever done. Probably the weakest thing. But thankfully it's hidden away behind a part 1 that nobody watches. So we're good. So 15 of you that actually watched this one, I'm sorry, but thanks for joining me anyway. Let me know your thoughts on anything. I asked you guys quite a few questions. Don't remember them all. Think, what era did you join Nine Inch Nails? You didn't join the fucking band, did you? Be interesting. I wonder if anyone from the band actually watched any of these videos. Think Alessandro Cortini's just like chilling on a tour bus somewhere, like watching my shit? No, I don't either. But it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Maybe it's Robin. Who knows? I doubt it. But no, I asked, what era did you become a fan of Nine Inch Nails? And how about this? I'll ask you another one. Which is your favorite era? Is it the one that you joined? Or was it an era that was before your era? I find it very unlikely that there's anyone who's going to say that their favorite era was an era after they had become a fan. It's possible. Maybe it's like the era right after you joined because it's still fresh, new, and sexy to you. But I doubt it's anyone going to be like, oh yeah, it's the era that came like 10 years after I was a fan. I doubt it. Nostalgia is a very difficult thing. Yes. Plato said that. That was a quote from Plato. And it's true. But yes, whatever else I asked you. What do you want at your funeral? Do you want clowns, marching hot dogs? What do you want? You want a band? I don't know. I'm out of shit to say. So we're gonna thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.